Hey everybody, my name's Ed Trevors. My pronouns are he, him, and his. I'm an Anglican priest in the Diocese of Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island. I get to serve in the beautiful town of Shelburne, Nova Scotia, in the awesome parish of Church Shelburne that sits on the ancestral and on the unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. I give thanks for you all every day. I thank God especially for everything that you share with me and everything you teach me in your comments and in your emails. The other day, I bumped into an interview with a fellow by the name of Eric Schmidt. Now, Eric, he's the Google guy, and he's a billionaire. He said his net worth was like $17 billion. And that's why they were interviewing them. They wanted his take on something that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the American congressperson, said. She said a while back that every billionaire is a policy failure. Now, to be clear, she was not judging individual billionaires as being horrible or immoral or bad or rotten or evil or any other way you want to judge them. She was judging a system that could allow for people to gain so much wealth when there are so many people who are hungry, so many people who don't have health care, so many people who are victims to diseases and poverty. While I would love to talk about that, and maybe over a coffee or something we could, I know that I'm not talking to a bunch of billionaires. I don't suspect I'm talking to a bunch of billionaires. Maybe I am, in which case, hi. So what I want to talk about is what we actually do have. While I don't have billions of dollars, and you probably don't have billions of dollars, we do all have something. We are all rich in something. I'm currently reading a book by the now deceased author Henry Nouwen. Henry Nouwen was a Roman Catholic priest. You may have heard of his book, The Wounded Healer. The book I'm currently reading is Life of the Beloved. And in it, he describes gifts and talents. He says people all have gifts and they all have talents. We all have talents and we can use those talents to earn a living. But not all of our talents are so unique or so in such high demand that we can earn vast amounts of money from it. Most of us can use our talents to earn a living. Not all of us have the talents needed to earn vast amounts of wealth. But gifts, he says, we are all incredibly wealthy in our gifts. And it's in our gifts that when we use those gifts for the benefit of the world, it changes the world. It makes the world a better place. And in using our gifts, he goes on to say, that's when we truly encounter the reward of being a human being. Right? It's in the use of our gifts, giving of ourselves, giving our gifts for other people, giving our gifts for our community. That's when we experience the true rewards of being a human being. In the Bible, Luke chapter 12, Jesus tells us the story of the rich fool. Now this story, it's interesting. He describes a man who has a huge farm. He has a huge piece of land. He's very, very wealthy. And one year, his lands produce such an abundant harvest that he literally does not have the room in his barns to store all of his crops, everything that he's able to take from the harvest. He literally doesn't have the space for it. What he does is he says, all right, I've got all this stuff. I need to find a place for it that won't fit in my barns. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tear my old barns. I'm going to rebuild my barns. I'm going to make them bigger and stronger so that I can store everything in it. And once I have everything in there, I'll just be able to take it easy for the next few years and just live the good life for the next few years. I won't have a thing in the world to worry about because I am so rich. I have so much. I'm on easy street. And then Jesus tells us that night he died. So what good was all of his wealth? What good was all that stuff that he had gathered, all that stuff that he had stored? He was planning on using it over the next few years. He'd never have to lift a finger again. It'd be easy street. And that night he died. So what good was it? Of course, we can dive into that metaphor, we can tear it all apart, and we can apply our own understanding of things. Well, he could have given it to his children. Maybe he has family that are able now to use that stuff. Yes, of course. But for this particular moment, using that story in this illustration, in this reflection, he held on to what he had too long. He held on to what he had for no reason at all, because in the end, he wasn't able to actually enjoy them. He wasn't able to enjoy what he actually had. I think Henry Nouwen is right. I think we all have really, really amazing gifts that we can use to make our world a better place. Some of us, maybe you're a great project manager. Some of us, maybe you're able to do complex mathematic equations in your head. Some of us, maybe we just have a way that we're able to say thank you sincerely a lot. Maybe we have a way that we smile at people that makes them feel seen and connected. Maybe we have a way of listening that allows people to feel heard when they don't ever feel heard. I'm not talking about magical gifts. I'm talking about the things you and I are as people. We all have these gifts. Those things have been given to you. Those things have been given to me so that we could use them in the world. They've been given to us so that we could share them. They're not meant for us to keep and to hold. They're not meant for us to hold for that special day way off in the future or that moment when somebody really needs it. They're meant for us to use over and over and over again, because we're meant to be rewarded by them. The more we use them, the more we receive from them. The more we use them, the more we improve the lives of the people that are around us. The more we use them, the more we appreciate them. Don't hold on to them. Don't store them up. Don't save them. If you save that gift, you may miss the opportunity to give it to the person that would get the most out of it. If you save that gift, you may miss the opportunity to use it. You may miss the opportunity to be rewarded by it. You may miss the opportunity to see what it will do in your community. Don't build any barns. We don't need no more barns. Share them. Share your gifts. Every opportunity you get. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you. And I pray that you will forever know the peace of being in God's presence. And I pray that as you share your gifts, you will see just how spectacular they are and how much they mean to the people you encounter. Amen.